what would a night be without headed to Infernal? Here we go. Draft time. We've got Reborne and Broken Alliance Gaming headed to Infernal.
Yeah, I'm excited to know who in chat is cheering for each of these teams. I know both have a ton of fans that love to support the amateur series. So if you're here supporting either of them, let us know in chat. Get the conversation started. But Infernal Shrines, Bobo, are we going to see something a little bit different this time?
I mean, we got the hammer. We got Tashvala.
Okay.
Reborn is Reborn. So maybe.
We got a new ban here for BXA. Thrall.
They ripped the Thrall ban. Interesting. And a mid-D ban. Okay, so bans are already going in a different direction. That's fun. Medivh, listen, is a hero that, regardless of his position in the meta, you either want to get rid of him, maybe because of your own wombo com, or you just know that the enemy team has him. We also get the Hanzo ban. I'm a little disappointed we haven't gotten to see more Hanzo tonight.
Yeah, I'm actually same. I would have loved to have seen if we get some of that redemption, maybe some of that Q build, and kind of move away from the old Hanzo that we're so used to. But I don't know. On Infernal Shrines, I think you could still get pretty good use out of the hero. I'm not upset with the ban. And Tyrande for the third game in a row is our #1 draft pick.
Why not? Listen, the Deckard nerfs, it might not. The results of the nerfs might not permeate into the competitive scene for a couple of weeks, right? Usually, when you see a significant nerf, everybody's still kind of gripping onto the hero that they love and that they know how to play, but it's known that Tyrande has moved up. It's a problem. And Blizzard in the last patch, they flipped the level 1 and level 7 talent tiers, but I don't really think it makes that big of a difference because post 7, she's still the same dominant support that she's been since the rework.
Yeah, no, and I think Starfall is huge on this map, especially can be used in so many different ways on the point, in the siege, in the defense.
I see a Medivh ban, and I see a Malfurion. And I wonder if we're going to get one Blinky Overwatch girl.
Ooh. I think BXA is forced again to ban away the Malthael here with the Yrel, with the Garrosh. I think that's got to be their ban. But I think a lot of different ways that Reborn can go with this draft they've set up. I mean, they could even go something like we've seen banned out tonight and Abathur throw it in there and pick up something fun with that. There's so many different things they can do here.
Yes, and the Blaze pick just leaves everything wide open. We know that Blaze has been used as a main tank for his ability to control choke points. But the key for Blaze tonight, if you are not up on the Blaze changes, Bunker now has a half-second channel, which is great because much like what I had previously hoped with Phoenix, maybe we're moving into the combustion meta. Why not? Can we get a little bit of fun? But also... at level 4, Blaze went through a really heavy and a significant nerf at that. We do get the Johanna pick there. We'll keep an eye on what Miss and Tenny and the boys want to go through. But for Blaze now, at level 4, you've got less slow, as oil dispersal will no longer increase the slow amount of oil spill. That is a big one. So we'll have the Blaze Johanna, that impenetrable front line, and Reborn is going to back it up with the Gul'dan.
Gul'dan, an interesting hero, but I've seen Reborn play him, and it's something that they love doing. Speaking of love doing, what is going on? Vala Tassadar for the second game in a row for BXA.
I'm getting a kick out of it because being a fan of BXA and then the iteration of the team before that, I've never seen Met not on the aggressive hero. And I want to say that Maxorian was trying to see how much of the game he could spend in front of Vader on Dragonshire. That is an aggro Vala. Yeah. We get the jimmied around the draft out. But yeah, I mean, usually I'm used to Met playing, the Cassia. I'm used to seeing him play the backline hero in conjunction with the flex. But BXA going through a number of different changes. Listen, this is the off season. We got a lot of tryouts going on. Teams trying to figure out what is going to be the best fit. And Maxorian has been handed double Vala and a Falstad here in 3 games with BXA.
I mean, honestly, I thought last game worked exactly the plan for BXA. They did it up against a Johanna. They're going to have to do it again here. This time, however, I think a little bit easier of a job for Maxorian.
But it's
what was their last game with that hammer with some of the other pieces. I think Maxorian should have an easier time in this matchup.
A bit of a different beast, though. Let's see what Mist and Winterheart have. They again back things up with a little bit of range there. Both teams are good shrine clear, and both teams have like these stout, just unkillable front lines. So what we're really gonna have to watch out for once we get to level 10, I gotta keep an eye on Mist with the Gul'dan. You know that if you can get Garrosh set up, if you can get him low, even with the double support comp, slapping the Horrify out on the big man, putting the silence on him is usually a winning recipe. And Horrify is still one of the most powerful heroics in the game. Let's see what Mist has got here in game number 1.
All right, so over on the left-hand side, they're your number 1 seed here tonight. It is Reborne. Mist on the Gul'dan. Balmar playing the Malfurion. Showtime on Blaze. Winterheart, he'll be your Gym Rainer this evening. And rounding it out on the Johanna, it's Tenidaki.
And on the flip side, Broken Alliance marching their way through the bracket. Looking for the upset here. Setat going to be playing the Tyrande. Met on the Tassadar. Evasion, once again on the Yrel. Vader on this comfy Garrosh. And Maxorian looking to flex yet again, playing that Vala.
Ooh, baby. So this is the match we've been waiting for, Bobo. It is finally here. Infernal Shrines. And this time Johanna is picking Laws of Hope, not going for block in this game.
A little bit more standard. We do get the hot pursuit on Vala. Play Vala aggressively. Great move by Evasion against the Righteous Hammerland. The target looking to be missed. We get the Lunar Flare, and there it is. Vader walking in, finding a kill. Good shot by Setat on the Lunar Flare. Mist goes down. Kill number 1. Right on over to BXA.
Yeah, best follow-up in the game, Tyrande. Like, literally, if you have a player that can use this hero and hit that follow-up, you will win so many games just because of it. And right there on full display, Tyrande. A little bit of follow-up, too, from the Garrosh securing that kill on Gul'dan, but finally back at full strength, ready to rip. But the Gul'dan looked like splitting off to that bottom lane to play against the Tassadar.
And I mean, Setat's a history buff, man. I mean, he knows, you don't start a land war in Asia, you don't invade Russia in the wintertime, and you never underestimate Tyrande's range. Love to see it. Shout out to Setat. I mean, 1-0. We get Maxorian stepping up on the Vala yet again. Again, this is hot pursuit Vala, so he has to play in tight and aggressive. Up in the top lane, Evasion and Showtime going at it. Yrel and Blaze, the never-ending battle up in the solo lane.
Yeah, the never-ending battle, and the battle that we'll probably only see for a few more moments as camps are being taken away on the bottom side. BXA took theirs, and now a little bit of a skirmish breaking out mid. I'd imagine Tenny doesn't want to let these push up too far. But Vader, he's up front here, and that's a Garrosh walking in your face. You gotta be careful anytime you see that, but not able to connect on that Groundbreaker, and there's getting a little bit of push here, I guess. Maxorian's still playing up front in front of Vader, so.
And the early disrupt to Mist stats are going to be key. He's only got 6, well, make it 8 stats so far on Echoed Corruption. As BXA moves into level 4, we get a Setat picking up the Lunar Blaze, Indomitable, huge power spike for Garrosh, of course. And now we do see Maxorian moving into Punishment, so a little bit more damage there on multi-shot. He's just going to look to keep 10 Hatred up. And this type of Valor build works so well on these long fights over the objective. That is a huge pickup on the well.
Yeah, great play over the wall.
So critical on this map. It has influence over both, the bottom and then the mid shrines.
Yeah, you saw Maxorian just throw the multi-shot over the wall with the Hungering Arrow just to make sure that those siege mercs were looking at.
Yeah, get them that vision.
The well. Yeah, and it's great little pickup. Gul'dan's in trouble. He's stuck here. Gonna get Lunar Flare. Locked again by Groundbreaker. Missed. Very low toss back in. Second kill of the game. BXA on the board once again. But this one right before the shrine is active. And it's going to be quite the power play right now for BXA.
Vader applying the Force Choke to Gul'dan. Looking really good on that. Garrosh. We get Showtime with a huge jet propulsion. Maxorian getting chased down. I don't think he saw that move coming. Evasion jumps in there with the Yrel. There's the throw. We get a Johanna deep in the back line. Vader trying to move up there on the Garrosh. Now the chase has begun. Maxorian has to work through the slow to keep that hot pursuit running. Missed his back on the Gul'dan. And Murda, this is an even battle over the skeletal defenders here in the mid.
Yeah, they did a great job of pushing Vala back, almost killing her. but didn't quite secure it. And now both teams about even in what the race is looking like and what the health bars are looking like, but this is double support for BXA, and they're gonna be able to sustain a lot longer in this fight. Blaze very low shutdown, getting stunned out and killed once again. Tyrande coming through in the clutch.
Satat with the snipe from downtown. Oh, Vader was looking for Raynor, got pushed away from the penetrating round. Evasion jumped on in, but Winterheart is okay. Nice play there on the Raynor. This is 32-30. Reborne still with an opportunity to finish this off. Jimmy trying to hit these bad boys with the bayonet, 36-35. Tenny looking to try to finish up. Vader low and barely BXA claw back from a tight objective number 1 to pick up a frozen Punisher here in the mid lane.
And they needed those 2 globes too. They're getting pretty low, but the moment that was taken, the globes are secured. Oh, follow up Tyrande, that time a little late from Satat. Might have had a kill pick up there on Johanna, but they're going to get a wall, they're going to get these turrets, and they're going to get some damage in on this mid fort right now.
Johanna getting chunked out there makes it very easy for Maxorian to go ahead and step up. Here's the jump there from the Punisher. Vader with the throw. Tenny is low. I'm not sure Iron Skin is up. It is not. Johanna goes down. That's 4 kills. Somebody slow down this brute on the front line. He is just running roughshod over the competition here. This is the 3rd game that we've seen Vader just have a field day on that Garrosh.
So comfortable on this hero. The whole time there, Goldan had to split off to the bottom trying to get some XP that they've been losing just in all this siege power that's been coming through from BXA. He's finally rejoining, but I mean, they're down a full level. 1 more level and we'll start seeing some heroics come out for Broken Alliance. Yrel still holding suit up top against Showtime as Blaze playing, or Showtime playing the Blaze up there. But with this lead, and with this aggression you've seen from Vala, I don't know how they can defend the triangle of Mercs are about to come out, because once level 10's clicked in, that's exactly where the priority is going to start looking for BXA.
This might be the last opportunity for Reborne to get a fight. Vader with the throw, trying to move Tenny away. I expect to see BXA give up some of the camps here. We're approaching level 10. Hi, Blaze is here. Showtime in a bit of trouble. I think Vala actually likes eating that jet propulsion. She'll be okay. I'm trying to move away from Tenny there. Bit of a trade. Johanna gets tossed. There's the Iron Skin. Maxorian trying to keep the hot pursuit up. Yrel just looking to get the double soak on. BXA closing in on level 10. We've got Vala moving into that full multi-shot build. She's got Arsenal. Divine Steed yet again for evasion. This has been his pick on the Yrel as well. And 10s are here for BXA.
Yeah, here's the level 10. Here's the move onto this enemy siege camp. Yrel is going to stand down and start whacking with a mace. Vader going to move on in as well. This one will be taken. Still a full level for Reborne to get back in this one. Tassadar is going to be in cleanup duty bottom lane, and now the rotations come in potentially on top of Blaze or onto this Bruiser camp. What's the play? It's going to be the Bruiser camp.
They're going to back off a little bit. Yrel's pretty close. You can see Tassadar making the move up. For level 10 for BXA, Warlords Challenge, Ardent Defender, Starfall, Archon, and Strafe. Maxorian is doubling anybody else for hero damage. Like in this Vala.
Yeah, a ton of damage, 24k so far early in the game. 4-0 still is the kill count in favor of BXA. Shrine should be announced here pretty soon. Still 2 camps available on the side of BXA. There's Vala making the rotation to the Bruisers right now. See if anyone from Reborne wants to invade that enemy siege camp on the bottom side, but Yrel's so close and is going to have some vision on what happens down there.
And Reborne can just play for this Shrine. They're still on the same talent tier. They have unlocked their heroics. Raider has moved for the Raider. Horrify, Blessed Shield, Bunker, and Tranquility. Tenny will start the camp in the bottom lane. But Silver Linings for Reborne, they have their well in the bottom lane. They'll have the opportunity to reset. They were very close to capping the first Shrine. They have just, again, a very strong front line. They just need to survive that first engage. I'm very anxious to see if the Bunker is just a solo ability or whether it's going to get a lot of value. Vader with a flip onto Johanna there. You see Blaze providing the slows on the back line, and Indomitable has to be popped by the Garrosh. This is a Mortar Punisher here in the bot lane.
Oh, there's the Bunker. Remember, you can't get in here without channeling anymore, so not as easy to get in. But look at the follow-up damage coming out. You also see the Tranquility from Malfurion keeping everyone alive. There's going to be the huge heroic from Tassadar. Can he get in here, get any damage? I don't think he's going to get too much as Med, but there's the aggression that you're talking about that you wanted to see from Med.
There is no bunker. Showtime in big trouble in here. Blaze trying to make his way out. Tenny steps up on the Johanna. It looks like Vader is actually the first one to go down. Evasion does not have Ardent Defender. You're all trying to get out there. Missed with the corruption. Not quite enough. Vader went in deep. They went after Showtime, who just barely makes it out on the Blaze. And this second objective will go over to Reborne. This is a Mortar Punisher here in the bottom lane.
So I don't know about you, but the bunker almost just felt like a big like hit me sign, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't think anyone had the intent of getting into it, but it acted as like a little bit of like a movement blocker, like you can't walk through here. And then just the jet propulsion right on top to get the stuns there, and it really set up some of the momentum in that fight in favor of Reborne.
And I thought Reborne was in big trouble after Horrify came out and got no value, but so many cooldowns wound up getting traded out. The commit from Vader was strong. Like I said, you can just see, all right, Blaze doesn't have bunker. We got a Garrosh. We should be able to slide in there. But the peel from Tenny was fantastic. Johanna stepping up there really made that team fight, and off the strength of that move from Reborne, let's see, is this Punisher going to finish this fort off? No, not quite.
Wow.
But
so,
Reborne, they closed the XP gap. They should be on 13
through all that, Broken Alliance was able to get that top fort down with that bruiser camp they had. So even losing the objective, Broken Alliance leaving with the better half of the trade. Now Johanna has to pop Iron Skin. She's gonna walk back. Vaxorian's still saying, "Hey guys, I want this camp," but the rest of BXA says, "Not this time. Let's get out of here." Showtime now mid. He could be in a little bit of trouble.
There's the Jet P. Tenny steps up. There's a condemn. Hits two members. No Blessed Shield. Vaxorian and Evasion will slide away, but that does earn the Starfall cooldown from Satap.
Yeah, I think baiting out that Starfall is actually a little bit bigger than most people realize, because now this defense of the bottom lane is going to be all but impossible. Still, two of these Khazra camps pushing here. Tassadar with a little bit of shielding, not going to be enough, and that fort is down, Bobo.
Reborne in a bit of a pickle right now. They want the even Talontier fight. They're starting to pick up some momentum. They start to look good, but this is going to be a top objective, and Reborne has nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Without a mid fort, without a top fort, they need to maybe find a pick early. Evasion goes in. There's the corruption comes out. Good chunk of damage onto Urel. Vader will have the fort behind him to work towards. And we're dead even on XP. 4-1 in terms of kills. Should be, I want to say, about 45 seconds away from the next objective in the top lane.
Yeah, so I'm loving seeing Reborne start to turn the game around. You can feel it's almost like a different pace that they're playing right now. They kicked it into the second gear, but we still need to see that third gear come out, start putting some more kills on the scoreboard. Up against this double support comp, it's been really tough. I mean, Tyrande by herself, big enough trouble, but the shielding from Tassadar, Met playing the hero, just doing such a fantastic job in both these games. And really making it difficult for their opponents just to pick up kills. So we'll see if Reborne can turn that final corner in this matchup.
This is an aggressive invade up here. This could be a 5v5. Mist is in a good spot for a Horrify. Vader will probably have to use Indomitable if he wants to get out. There he goes. He eats the jet propulsion. Actually gets out of the Horrify. What a great play from Vader. There's the Blessed Shield on top of the strafe. Starfall came out yet again. Evasion has Showtime just boxed in. There's Bunker in the choke point. Archon comes out. Met wants to kill. Blaze goes down. There's the throw onto Mist. That's the second kill. And finally, BXA gets some momentum going yet again. Boy, they had such a tough time breaking down this front line, but they finally pick on Showtime. That's 2 kills going on over. You can see Met gearing up. As soon as the Bunker came down, boom, we get right into Archon mode. We've got the splash damage coming out. We just want to burn through that bunker and finish off Blaze.
Yeah, and you see, like, no one even wants to step up to the bunker on the ally team. They just, it's just not.
You know, you can't channel it. It's a self save, and it's a good one. And on a map like Infernal Shrines, where like you have these tight choke points, like we've seen Showtime make some really good plays where he can put it in a position where it's going to be beneficial for his team, just as a body blocking tool. For Reborne, the mid game and their success in the mid game was really actually predicated on kind of losing early, right? They could stay compact. They always had Tenny there to peel a little bit for them, and it seemed like they were just doing well, stronger in a 5v5 setting. But now, not just losing this objective in the top lane. I mean, they have lost structures in top and mid. This is going to threaten a keep in the top lane. BXA, they're opening up a win condition here, and this is an Arcane Punisher in the top.
Yeah, maybe a defense at mid needed? No, they're going to back off are Reborne. So mid fort's still alive. Holding at 38 is Yrel going to use the tap. Want to wait for the bruisers to catch up in the top lane, and they're going to make their push for first keep of the game. And this is going to be a very, very difficult defense right now for Reborne. But they have the tools necessary. They still have that Fortify ready to go. And, you know, we'll see what we can get out of Bunker this time. Maybe it can defend against something, but it's got to be up to Mist to make something happen in this fight, playing that Gul'dan.
Vader with the clever Garrosh. He was looking, because it's an even Talontier fight, Reborn wants this fight. Vader caught whiff that maybe Reborn was thinking about, you know, making the play on the other side. Johanna gets flipped in. There's the taunt. Will have Iron Skin, but that is a lot of damage and a long way to go. Johanna gets into the bunker. Star falls out. Our defender has been used by Yrel. Vader trying to slide on up. Everybody's safe, but the lasers are out. The Arcane Punisher now has set his sights on this top keep.
Yeah, this keep is down. 100% down. Now the question is, do they want to try to push for a kill and maybe end this game? There's some health bars that are low for Reborn right now. Do they want to put the foot on the throat? But they're going to back up. Yrel popping the Hearth. Probably going to clear out that bottom lane. Big wave pushing there. And the rest of the squad is going to rotate and start working on that level 20 XP.
Tough spot there, even though a number of cooldowns are down for Reborn. The Punisher at 15, technically 14 minutes, I think, when he spawned, not that strong. You want to wait until you have the opportunity to get kill, and it did get baited towards the mid very well there. But for BXA, they have two win conditions. Mid and top are wide open. You can see in mid, there's been a little bit of fort damage. They've only got one lane that they're going to have to defend. I expect BXA in the pre-20 window, if Reborn steps up on mid or top, they'll just give the fort up. I mean, they're not under pressure here. RNG, though, on the side of Reborn, this is a bot lane Punisher next time the objective does come around.
A little bit of a bush setup right now for BXA. Not going to find anything in that rotation. But the patience coming out, they know that these lanes are a little bit pushed. Really, Yrel, the only opportunity for the safe XP in the bottom lane. Merc's pushing mid along with another wave. They'll find some there, but I don't think they're going to find level 20 by the time this next shrine is announced. So could still be a good chance for Reborn to get back into this. Absolutely.
They should get one more even talent tier fight. And this being in the bottom lane, BXA has to be careful. They lose that fight and they lose that objective. Reborn has enough siege and enough tools where they can run it down. Here's the top trade. So they're going to go ahead and work on top, and they're going to trade it out for bottom. I don't know about this.
Huge. No, this trade is huge for BXA because what you're just saying is their one really negative about this bottom lane is that they don't have their fort. But now if they can take the fort away from Reborn, not only is it going to give them a bunch of XP heading towards level 20, but they're going to also set up another win condition in the bottom lane. But they're chickening out. They lost a little chicken race, and the minions, Vala just got interrupted. She's not going to be here.
I would leave Vala down there, to be quite honest with you. BXA, I actually think if you take a look at the map right now, they might be mission accomplished for them. They took the well out, right? And the well is the most important part. Maxorian not getting picked will certainly be part of it. A little bit of a mid-fight. Reborn stepping up for this fort. Vala is just going to melt on top, or excuse me, on bottom lane. Evasion, a little bit of a shot there. Looks like the minions not quite queued into the fort. Maxorian's trying to be careful. He'll get the back end.
Okay. If Mist had a good check there, he might have been able to interrupt it.
Speaking of Mist, corruption build is finished for Gul'dan. There's a ton of damage going to be coming out. Just about everybody's finished with their builds. In fact, I don't think there's a stackable talent that has yet to be finished. Actually, I spoke a little bit too soon. Vengeful Roots, the old, the Trent, the Broccoli, only with 4 stacks right now. Murda, here we go.
Has not been completed either yet.
It's so good. I mean, hey, Murda, this could be it. Maybe we get one more team fight. What's the scoop down here in bottom lane?
Yeah, I mean, either team who wins this could be checkmate as those forts are down. This is late game, 18 minutes. Still no level 20s for BXA. Vader falling low, pops Indomitable, moving back to his supports. It is a double support, Tyrande, Tassadar, so plenty of extra sustain here. There's the Tranquility from Malfurion using that, I don't want to say early in the fight, but with enough time now for BXA to recognize and try to make a move right in their face. Bunker's still available as the last defensive tool here for Reborn.
And Maxorian is laying the damage on. He's been in hot pursuit the whole time. Vader with the taunt. It's both missed and Johanna. Evasion with a chase down. We've got Flare on Vala into the fray to get a little bit more out there. What a great set of plays by BXA. Vader at the front. Boy, I thought he was in big trouble when he eats the corruption stacks from Gul'dan. They get the reset on the fight. Satat zoning with the Starfall. And BXA, wow, they're looking to take game. They've got, what, 3 katas? Is it 2 or 3 up there?
1, 2, 3 on the way.
Oh,
that's a
hard.
Punisher bottom lane. BXA, we've been following them tonight, but they are 1 step away from knocking out the #1 seed. The only thing in the way is this core. Can they get the job done, Bobo?
And your Rel is going to pop the Ardent Defender. The 3 katas move up. It's just Raynor and Blaze. Winterheart, near death. That's going to do it. Triple katas. Tas Vala doing that work. 1 for the road as Raynor gets popped. BXA, they're on the roll.
I think they only have 2 deaths all night. If I'm mistaken, they were shut out in the first game. They had 1 death last game, and then 1 here. BXA looking nearly flawless through 3 sets.